Hey guys, and welcome to another Girls Frontline 2 guide video. Today we're going to be doing Exilium 1 free to play. Now we're on another account because I may or may not have done it already like 5 times, but this team's ready, it's new, and it has literally no bunny, so it shouldn't be over leveled. These two right here, Nagant and Nemesis, have very good synergy, and definitely since they have 2 weaknesses against the boss. So for this one, positioning does matter a lot. And the way I like to do it, even on my other account, is I always like to put my DPSs down here, and I look to put my healer and the person who's going to be sponging up here. Alright, so starting us off, a basic explanation of Mr. Daichkrav over here, who we're going to call turret, because saying Daichkrav is a bit over the top. So the turret over here, the main things you need to understand is, do not stand in this entire lane, in this entire lane, or this entire lane, or this entire lane, unless an armor is here. He takes it, and I believe he makes himself stronger. So he takes more armor resistance, and maybe does more damage, but don't quote me on that. So what you need to do is put one character who's going to be sponging, preferably with decently high defense. You could put Groza, that's a good choice, but that's if you have enough damage to kill the boss. If you don't have enough damage, I like to use Vepli simply because she can sit here, take the damage, and consistently drop defense downs, which will be useful for later. The Solfni, it doesn't really matter. She's just kind of here for fun. You could use this, but depending on who you have, you won't break. So if you're using my exact team, probably not the best idea, but I'm going to do it anyways just to show you what the worst possible run you can get is. So from here, the main DPS here should be my Nemesis, and my sub DPS is my Nagant. So with that being said, we always hit with the sub first. I'm not really going to explain what Nagant does, but I will simply just show you how to use her. So here we have corrosion down. If target has defense debuffs, apply vulnerable. She dropped a defense debuff, which is why we're using her. And as you can see, go here, blah, 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 blah. Considered a defense debuff. So we're going to slide her purposely right here. You'll see why later, but purposely in this corner. Go here, use your ult. This should hopefully get me around 1/4 in 1 turn, and that should leave you to have a decent time for later. Drop her here on purpose. You'll see later, and just use your ult. Simple, straightforward. We're good. Now, what he's going to do here, he's going to shoot rockets. Now, he's going to shoot that one at the farthest, and this one at the closest. Oh, no, this one's the person in front of the armor. This one's the closest person. And usually, depending on where your armor spawns, it might spawn back here, over here. If it's in the back, what that next bomb will do is shoot your Nagant, which is what you usually prefer, instead of letting her take all the damage. But it's not really that big of a deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Vepli, and we do not want our Vepli here. We want her here, so that she doesn't get hit too many times with the bomb. Is if you keep using her exclusive stage, you're literally never going to be able to apply her defense down. So what I prefer to do is take the unfortunate, basically negative amount of damage and just hit it with this. Honestly, you don't have to. You could hit it with this if you want. I think it does like 10% more damage. Just shoot it once. Vepli's job is literally just to stand in front of the boss. So yeah, no, we're going to use this, and we're going to use her acid down. This should allow us to proc a little bit of a bonus defense down on the defense down. It will also make her attack, and that's really important because if you don't let her attack, you're going to use this, which is defense down, because you don't have enough points. But if you do let her attack, you can use your ultimate, and 170 is bigger than 130. And boom, we're a decent way down. This should just be turn 2. And look how much damage we're down. We're almost to half. Now, shoots it at the farthest, shoots it at the closest. And now here's where you need to make sure you do things properly. He spawned. He's gonna blow you up. His range is everywhere, basically, except over here since it's too far. So what you're gonna want to do is, for this circumstance, he's at 20 armor, so we're gonna use our Solfni. And we're literally just gonna switch sides. Shoot him down. That should allow our Vepli to have full health. Now we're going to take our Vepli, we're going to apply defense down, which is literally her only job. And there you go. Now, same order, sub DPS. It would be nice to be able to break with her to get that bonus acid corrosion, but it's not really that big of a deal. Make sure you actually slide to the side once. That was a bit stupid by me. And the reason you're gonna do that is because you need your sniper to go away from the bomb. Just makes things simpler. If you don't have a lot of health, it gives you enough time for next round to kill it if you just don't want to deal with it. And it just makes life a little bit easier. He might still hit me though, because his range is really far. Okay, he still hit me. But yeah, no, you get the gist of it. I tried, but you probably need to run farther. He can spawn in any of the 4 corners of the map, so that was just unfortunate. Now here my Vepli died, and by the time you reach here, it actually just doesn't matter. Like, it actually doesn't matter at all, because we've done enough damage for us to just be able to kill. So, as you can see right here, look at all of this damage for my sub DPS, mind you. We're down to the last half. She's gonna snipe it. The last quarter. She, once again, got her ult because of that follow-up, so we're gonna use this. Drop it down. Now, what we're gonna do is there's a few ways you can do this. I'm gonna put her here, but I'm gonna full heal myself. And the reason I'm doing that is to show that if you don't have enough damage, playing the long run is perfectly fine. We're only halfway there and we are more than half his health, which means that we can play this slow. There's no reason not to. And a perfect way to show what this Goliath does is I can now show you why I healed myself. Now, this allows me to break down his armor and heal myself. Use her first, does the lowest amount of damage, allows for a follow-up, snipe, and drops his armor because everyone does decreased. We're going to use her because she's the sub DPS. And we're going to use this to apply acid corrosion, but just so our DPS does more damage. We're going to use this. And now, once again, we're simply just going to ult it. Now, as you can see, the sniper can reach the bomb, but we're going to show you what the bomb's actually supposed to be used for. So he runs by, takes the armor. Now we're good. Now, she might just die, which is not great, but she did. So if you're lucky, she's alive. Now, we're going to try to use her. And once again, if you're close, I'll show you probably the simplest way. If you're close, it should hit you. That's it. So right now, she is the closest in the squares to the Deichgraf turret. And because she's the closest, that will cause the bomb to hit her instead of hitting one of these two twice in a row. We'll move to the side, so we're farther away. But before we do that, like I said, we use her first. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to be able to show it because she's just going to die. Boom. So we're going to use that. Get her up. Now, we don't have 3, so we're just going to use defense down. But by here, should just be dead. And you rinse and repeat. If you don't have enough damage, mind you, we still have like 3 or 2 more turns. And there you go. Simple, easy, straight to the point. No good DPSs. Just making sure you abuse what its weakness is, which is the corruption damage, more or less, that poison. And hide the bombs. Now, I'll show you the next one when I level these characters up a bit on my second account. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Pop, pop.